Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our virtual college visit series. I'm Mrs. Edwards, your career counselor with both Atlee and Patrick Henry High Schools. And we are very fortunate to have Mr. Pete Lindsey here with us today from St. Bonaventure University in New York. We're very excited to hear all the wonderful things that he's going to share with us today. And so just sit back and enjoy. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to you, Mr. Lindsey, to get us started. Okay, can you hear me, Mr. Lindsey?
Yes, I can. Thanks very much, Shannon, for that introduction. Again, I am Pete Lindsey. I am, by the way, a 71 graduate of St. Bonaventure University. And for your students doing the math, by the way, that's 1971, not 1871. I hope that you enjoy the presentation today. Get your popcorn and we'll tell you a little bit about St. Bonaventure University. You can see from the screen, this is St. Bonaventure University. We are located in Western New York, right on the Pennsylvania-New York state border, about an hour and a half south of Buffalo. We're bounded by the Allegheny River and Allegheny foothills behind us. And in front of us, multiple hotels, a university golf course, and also in either direction, bounded by two college towns, both within walking distance. So we're not in a large metropolitan area, but we're also not in the middle of the sticks or in the middle of nowhere. Behind the university would be the Allegheny River and the Allegheny foothills. So you can see it's a green grass campus and about 500 acres worth. This is only a portion of the university. Back here are all of the athletic fields, additional residence halls over here as well, and some administrative buildings. All of your academic buildings, however, in one location, so it's easy to get from one class to another. Again, a little bit about our location. We are, about an hour and a half from one of the wonders of the world. Students will take trips to Niagara Falls to watch Niagara Falls. We're very close to the Finger Lakes and also about 30 minutes from the second largest state park in New York State. We are about 2,400 students with a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So very personalized type of education. You'll never be in large lecture halls. The faculty, although they do writing and research, their primary focus is to be available to you as students, both inside and outside of class. The most important number on this slide is that 97% of our students are either employed or in graduate school 6 months after they graduate from St. Bonaventure. We take your career preparation very seriously and want to make sure that you're prepared to be successful in that regard. How do we do that? Well, I think in part, we focus on activities outside of class that build on the activities in class. 90% of our students are involved in at least two of the following: internships, independent research or study, community service, capstone courses, or study abroad, where we have some 30 different countries and 60 different colleges. Of the 2,400, about 80% live on campus. We're almost a 1-to-1 male to female ratio. And we bring in students from some 18 different foreign countries and 33 different states as well. Some recognitions. US News ranks us second best value in New York, third best in the North. Princeton Review ranks us top 386 best college buys. And also Kiplinger Magazine, top 100 best private university values. This is a look at the different schools that we offer at St. Bonaventure and also the majors as well. I know that when I talk with juniors, I always recommend to you, first of all, if you're uncertain about choice of major, join the club. Only about 60% of students are either undecided or change their major at some point or another in their college career. So my recommendation to you is try to at least find the school in which you're most interested. So for example, School of Business, options, accounting, management, finance, marketing, sports management, etc. Once you're within a school, you can move from one major to another fairly easily without adding time to graduation. If you, however, start out in the School of Business and then decide I want to be a theater person, that's a big change and it may add some time to graduation. I'd also recommend to you too, If you say you're undecided, but really what you're doing is debating between a couple of different academic programs, keep in mind that you can major in one area and minor in another, or perhaps create a dual major as well. So, and we do a very good job, I think, of working with students who are undecided about choice of major. You don't really have to decide on your choice of major until the end of your sophomore year at St. Bonaventure. Some quick highlights in the School of Arts and Sciences, criminology, cybersecurity, one of the hottest programs on campus right now. We are the Center for Cybersecurity in Western New York, one of 10 STEM centers in New York State. Also a new behavioral science program for students interested in big data and virtual learning. We have an excellent pre-med program. In fact, biology is the single largest major that we offer at the university. And in the pre-med program, we have affiliations with various med schools. For example, the George Washington University Med School program, it's a 4+4 dual admission program, and they set aside 5 seats for St. Bonaventure University graduates. My favorite fact this year is that Dr. Kevin O'Connor, alumnus of Bonaventure and also GW, is the President Biden's personal physician. We also offer a 4+4 or 3+4 dual admission with Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, and they set aside 10 seats for St. Bonaventure University grads. Remember, I mentioned that we do a good job working with undecided students. That would be the Major Adventures program, affectionately known as MAP, Mapping Your Future. Students will go through an online interest inventory called Focus 2, meet with career and professional readiness counselors, and talk about opportunities with given careers. We also have an individualized major where students can have 2 advisors that you actually create the major, name the major, do a brief research paper or a creative piece upon graduation. School of Health Professions, the newest school within the university with options in health science. Public health would be a bachelor's and also a master's degree in 5 years, and RN to BSN nursing, and also a direct entry opportunity in nursing, and then also physician's assistant and occupational therapy. An $18 million building project, so you have state-of-the-art opportunities in the School of Health Professions. School of Business. Our accounting program is, according to masteroffinance.org, the 9th best among universities of 3,000 students. And we offer a bachelor's MBA in 5 years. Our finance program is considered top 10% value, according to College Factual. And we are accredited by the American Association of Collegiate Schools of Business, AACSB. And that accreditation is available to only 5% of the business schools worldwide. So the advantage to you as students is that accreditation verifies, if you will, the quality of the programs within the School of Business at St. Bonaventure. School of Mass Communications Journalism, a lot of new programs and some very strong ones. 6 Pulitzer Prize winners among our ranks. Some of the highlighted programs, broadcast journalism. We are considered to be one of the top 50 in the country, according to College Factual, and offer opportunities in media studies, strategic communications, sports media, and video production. May be interested to know that Princeton Review ranks our newspaper the 13th best college newspaper in the country, and our radio station, the best college radio station in the country, 3 times. Quick fact, the Vice President of Marketing Communication for ESPN is a Bonaventure grad. He gets 6 press passes to the Super Bowl for our students as well. Quickly, School of Education, 25th most innovative, according to the American Association of Collegiate Teachers of Education, with up to 1,000 hours of practicum sessions, even beginning in the freshman year. And we think that's part of what sets us apart as an education school. And in addition to that, the usual opportunities, elementary, secondary, phys ed, but in addition to that, we also offer triple certification, early childhood, childhood education, and children with disabilities. So that's a quick spin through some of the academic programs. Again, back to our focus on career. We really want to make sure that you're prepared. To that end, we offer a competitive edge certificate with the 6 different topics or modules that you see in front of you, ranging from networking to personal branding, et cetera. And we think these edge certificate offers you an edge in finding your career. Student life, I want to try and give you a sense of what it's like at St. Bonaventure. I found it to be a highly personal atmosphere, also a really active campus. About 80% of our students are involved in D1 club or intramural sports. So very active athletically. Anything from, we're big on tournaments, a shuffleboard tournament, ping pong tournament, dart tournament. How about a 64 team dodgeball tournament, a 60 some team kickball tournament, ultimate frisbee. We just added ultimate golf, which is brand new. And this one, I haven't seen this yet, but it's a real hot item. It's bubble soccer. In bubble soccer, you're actually enclosed in this transparent bubble, bouncing off one another, playing soccer. So a lot of different clubs and organizations to be involved in. We also have different clubs based on ethnicity for African Americans, Asian Americans, Hispanics. We have a Muslim student association, and then also an Arabic and Islamic studies minor as well. You may be involved in the chess club, the photography club, astronomy club. There's so many different things to look for. What I always recommend to you is look through the clubs when you go on to the website, just to see things that you've never seen before. How about volleyball? Volleyball is volleyball in a racquetball court. Kind of fun, bounce it off the walls, and it makes it really, really exciting as well. In the freshman year, we want to make sure that you're prepared to do well, and that's why we have the first year experience. SBU 101. You learn about how to study, take notes, preparation for class, working with faculty, and also we have peer coaching. And peer coaching we bring together you as a freshman with some seniors as well, in an effort to help you understand what it is to take to be successful at St. Bonaventure. And as a result, 84% of our students return freshman to sophomore year, and that's 20% higher than the average private university. I mentioned athletics. We are Division I, which is pretty unique. You don't usually find D1 at a university of 2,400. You usually find D1 in large lecture halls, or you find a personalized education like we offer, but you're looking at Division II or Division III. In addition to our Division I sports, we also offer a similar number of club sports that would be on the order of Division III type level of competition. This year, we're really excited. Our basketball team is ranked 23rd in the country, so we're looking forward to a great season. Service, again, talking about the personality of St. Bonaventure, we are really involved in community service, giving back to others. We have a program called Embrace It Africa, where our students go to Uganda to help out impoverished people. A program similar to Big Brother, Big Sister program called Bona Buddies. We adopt middle school kids, serve as role models for them. Recently brought a bunch of middle schoolers to the hockey rink to skate with the college hockey players. Well, that's a pretty big deal if you're a middle schooler to be with the college hockey players. Also a program called Enactus, where some 50 students go to the College of the Bahamas each year to work on business planning and entrepreneurship. We also offer the oldest student-run soup kitchen called the Warming House. As far as we know, again, the oldest student-run soup kitchen in the country. We do a lot with Special Olympics. In fact, President of New York State Special Olympics is a St. Bonaventure grad, actually a classmate of mine. Housing on campus, for all of you, make sure that when you talk with universities, you want to have an answer to the question, is housing guaranteed on campus for 4 years? At St. Bonaventure, it is. And about 75 to 80% of our students live on campus in 4 different residence halls as freshmen. And we have learning communities within those residence halls in an effort to bring students together that have some common interests, like interest in the environment, community service, health and wellness, et cetera. And then as juniors and seniors, we also have apartments available on the edge of campus as well. You're probably wondering why I put a bullet here that says free laundry facilities. Quick story. Last year, I was talking with a student. She was trying to make her final decision. Puzzling. And I said, well, what can I help you with? What questions? She said, well, do you have free laundry facilities? I said, well, yes, we do. And she enrolled at St. Bonaventure. So go figure. Admissions, we're enrolling admissions. We prefer applications in before Thanksgiving. The Common App or St. Bonaventure University app. We are test optional. A brief essay, letter of recommendation, and we use a weighted average and grant credit for AP and IB level courses. Average GPA about 3.3, 1125 SAT, 23 ACT. And we bring in, again, students from about 25% outside of New York State, largely from the mid-Atlantic areas, and 24 different foreign countries. So you're at a university of 2,400 students, but it's much larger than that when you consider meeting students from around the globe. Total cost, we're about $50,135, but most importantly, after financial aid, closer to $16,300, rather similar to a public university. My recommendation to all of you would be put cost aside initially in your college search, then apply for aid, see what aid you'll receive, and then make your decision. It was personal this year. My 2 nephews applied to colleges, all public. And I said, I thought you were thinking of some privates. Oh yeah, but Uncle Pete, too expensive. I said, well, apply. And they did. And it was actually less expensive to go the private than it was the public. Scholarships, you can see up to $25,000 per year, and they are merit-based. If you want to see all the credentials, just go to the St. Bonaventure financial aid page, and we'll show you all of the credentials for the various scholarships. And then finally, if you visit and apply before December 1st, we'll offer a $500 incentive grant. This is all of my contact information. Don't hesitate at any point to reach out to me and ask any questions that are important to you. I would ask one exception, however, to that. If you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have a question, don't call me then. Call me the next day. But that's a little bit about St. Bonaventure University. And I hope that is helpful to you and gives you a sense of what St. Bonaventure is like. The last thing I would say to you is simply this, that if you're a junior, 6 years from now when you graduate from college, or you're a senior, 5 years from now when you graduate from college, and somebody asks you what your college experience was like, I want you to be able to say it was awesome. Not that it was good or okay, because I don't think a college experience should be good or okay. Make it spectacular. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Lindsey. I love hearing you talk about all the things that you all are doing there. I mean, it just seems like such a dynamic, diverse campus experience for students, and, you know, like your focus on career opportunities for students. There's just so much going on. And so, and I get to do a fortunate opportunity of getting to see a lot of different college visits and, you know, working with different representatives, but this always stands out to me so much as just a really true, well-rounded, awesome experience for students.
Well, thank you, Shannon. Appreciate that very much.
Yep. Well, thank you. And we will be in touch. So it looks like we can definitely reach out to you anytime with questions. So we will do that.
With the exception of 3 o'clock in the morning.
With the exception of 3 in the morning, do not do that. But everything else, any other time, we're okay. So
yes, absolutely.
So thanks for joining us again this year, and we'll be reaching out. So thank you, Mr. Lindsey.
Great. Shannon, thank you. Have a great day. It's good to see you again.
You too. Take care.
Right.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Take care.